Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to the Movement Method Studio. Another follow-along workout. We're going to get into it very soon. There's no kind of direct focus on today's workout. We're going to be going through some bounding work to get that spring in our step at quite a shallow level, so nothing too deep today. We're going to be going through some upper body mechanics with some quite complex throw mechanics, but we'll be able to get the hang of those. New skill acquisition with throwing. And then we'll go through some basic core work as well. Same structure as we've done before, so I'll explain the move or the two movements for a minute apiece. Then we'll go into a back-to-back version of those for 3 rounds, so three times through each of those exercises. We're going to do that for 3 different blocks, and then at the end we've got a slightly longer finisher because we're going to finish off with some plyometric work on our bounding, and then finish it off with just working on some breath and some plank work at the end as well. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so movement number 1, really simple. It's just a soft basic bound. So as far as us literally just bouncing up and down, trying to build some elastic recoil into the body, but there's a few small bits that we really want to focus on when we're going through this. The big one to start with up at the shoulders is making sure that the shoulders are not too loose. We need those shoulders to be connected to our trunk. So we take a nice big lateral breath into the rib cage. We feel like we're trying to keep some length through the front of the shoulder as we start to bounce. The arms go nice and soft, and at the minute the feet are literally just hopping off the floor. You're kind of just working into the feet as well here, making sure that you're not stuck on the big toe, and making sure that you're kind of working onto just the outside of those feet. For the majority of us, I would say if you feel slightly pigeon-toed in that movement, then that'd be a great place to start. The second one takes a little bit more mechanics. So this is us going into our throwing. Dumbbells start at the shoulders, and we're going to go into a throw. Okay, so I'm going to throw across the body to the side laterally. I throw across, I then continue that swing across, and I pick the point I'm going to throw the opposite dumbbell to. So as I'm pulling myself towards this dumbbell, I'm going to throw the other way. I'm going to wait for it to come back, give myself that target again, pull, I'm going to throw the other way, and I wait, and I come back. So we're here, and we throw. I'm here, and I throw. I'm here, and I throw. So the moment that dumbbell gets to the other end of the movement, I've started to throw the other arm across. You can, if you need to, you break this down and just throw with one arm to start with, but I think it's nice to be able to build both sides of that body into a throw. Obviously we're going to be better on one side than the other, but that's the whole basis of throwing, right? So we'll get into our bounding first. Let's go straight into it. Hopping up and down, keep those shoulders connected. We're just looking for that nice spring. Nice inflation of the rib cage, keeping the shoulders connected to the trunk, and making sure that we're keeping the stomach engaged just slightly. So you want to feel more tension into the front of the stomach, and you want to feel that back just staying slightly softer. Think about really expanding your rib cage when you start breathing as well. Definitely into the back portions of the rib cage. dynamic. So next, first move of the second block, you're going to need to get yourself a mat, something comfortable on the floor, and you're going to use your dumbbells for this one. So this is a roll back and press. So without the dumbbells, the first bit we're looking for is your body to rock back, still keeping this stomach engaged so you don't keep this flat back. So keeping this tension, dumbbells will be here, legs come over the top. As I come up, I roll up and I start to drive a press up into the air. I then bring the arms back down. I control myself down by lowering my spine, elbows to the floor, rock over. As I come up, I use the momentum of the feet pulling down, keeping the stomach engaged to bring myself up into that press. So you're coming down here, rock up, straight into that press. The second move that we're going to go for, you will only need one dumbbell, and we're going to swap halfway through, so 30 seconds. I'll put a cue on the screen. So where we did an overarm throw in the previous one, now what I want us to do is work on our reverse mechanics. So instead of going overhand here, visualize you bowling underneath, and then it coming behind the shoulder here. You then turn out, extend the arm, and then you're bowling underneath. So it comes over the shoulder, around, and it bowls underneath. And that top phase here, you're pivoting around that dumbbell nice and quick, so you can get the extension on the other side. So it comes round, and you'll see that weight shift goes here. It goes quite quick. Obviously, if you need to slow it down, just control the pace. You don't have to go at a blistering speed here. You're looking for the first couple of times you go through this, just to find positions that feel comfortable, feel that flow, and then we're going to add and build tension in between those. So we're going to get straight into that rock. We're down to the floor. Hat's going to come off. And 3, 2, 1, go. this movement, you're going to need a bungee. So bungee or a cable. If you don't have one, I'll give you a quick breakdown of what it looks like with a cable, then I'll show you how you can kind of replicate this similar with a dumbbell if that's all you've got at home, or a kettlebell. So from here, cable's loaded to the side, you're 90 degrees on. From here, there's going to be a weight shift, so you're going to shift the weight here, okay? As you start to rotate, you're going to keep that weight there, and this leg, opposite leg, is going to go back. Then you're going to come back. As you come back to the middle, don't let it pull you. Keep the weight loaded on the leg that's far away from the cable. Make sure you're not bending too much. Make sure you're not just dropping that hip out. You're looking for tension in that bone, and then you pull out to the other side. So here, then there's that power output. Here, power output. Weight stays on the leg that's where the bungee's going. The weight stays on that opposite hip, but don't send it too far, yeah? A nice big step. That we're going to work 30 and 30, so both ways. Second one is a double split jump. So I'll show you from the side here. We're going to go for a real soft version today, okay? So this is one that you're going to have to practice and practice and practice on your own. And we'll get into a breakdown video of why it's so important at another time. But right now here, so you can start. Level one will be you here, and in the air, you can switch to the other side. So you jump up, and then you switch when you're in the air. You don't switch off the floor, you switch in the air. So you jump, and you rotate around to the other side. The full version, if you've got it, is a double switch. So I start here and I land here. So from here I jump, and I switch and I land back into that spring, and I jump again. I want to think about the knees going in opposite directions. So the knees are pulling and pulling back down into that loaded position, okay? Straight onto the cable or the bungee, grab it here, weights here, rotate and pull, weight shift across. one of our finisher is our lateral bounds. You notice here I've got a mat and I've just created that mound in the middle of it, okay? This is a safe way, it's something for us to laterally jump over, okay? We're looking for that spring. The big one with this is make sure, I prefer you to do it with a mat or go and buy yourself a small hurdle. Try not to use anything solid like a pole or anything like that. Try not to jump over it because it doesn't move. At least this, if I hit it or it drops, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm not going to catch myself on it. So the lateral bound is us back onto our toes, stomach's connected, shoulders are connected, and we're going to bound and gather the arms over that mat. Okay? So we're going to go 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, straight. We're going to go for 8 sets. If this dips, it doesn't matter, just do what you can, keep going, slow it down if you have to, okay? So break it into like singles. 3 seconds, find that spring. We're at the end of the workout. We've got 3 minutes of work left. We're gonna go into plank position. Now, I'm gonna fire through the variables. So there's loads to a plank, but I want you to think structure. So I'm working into a mirror today. That's why I'm on that slight angle for some of the time. I want us down on the elbows. I want us pulling that rib cage through towards our arms. I want us retracting that belly button away from the floor. If you can be here, great. I'm probably going to spend most of my time on my knees because I want to really value how I'm going to use my breath and how I'm going to use my breath whilst trying to keep my stomach pulled in nice and tight and my chest pulling down and forward, okay? Don't let yourself dip the pelvis. Don't let yourself start to push the rib cage up, okay? So I would say pelvis down, belly in, chest up nice and tall, knees into the floor. Fantastic guys, so another workout down. Hell of an effort there. There's plenty of movement in there to break down. So there's a lot of quite complex moves. If you are on the support group and you are a client, then I will send you the breakdown videos of those individually with just those small tweaks that we probably go through in person or online. If you're not training with me, remember you can DM me, you can send me an email at movementmethodstudio@gmail.com. Hope you enjoyed the workout, break those movements down, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe.